You are now listening to the Q&E podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You are listening to the Q&E podcast, and you're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. And I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Q&E podcast live. This time, we're giving y'all 2022-2023 NBA season preview. If you guys are used to our live shows, we just did our NFL one a few weeks ago before the NFL season started, and we're about to do the same thing now with this upcoming NBA season that starts this week. Get ready to hear us talk about our top 5 players. We're going to go over what we think the West and East rankings are going to be. We're going to talk about some of our award predictions. So we got a full packed show, and we also going to give y'all our reaction to that Redeem Team doc. We got some feelings to get off about that.
Yes, sir. And y'all already know every time we have this type of pod live stream with the NBA, we got to start it off with the top 5 just to get the sense of where everybody's head is going into the season. So many people got so many different feelings, especially towards the back end of that top 5. So we're going to give our opinion on that. Edgar, I'm going to let you start that one off. Give us the top 5s for this year.
So my top 5 players of the NBA for this season, I got Jason Tatum, and it ain't no particular order, but I got Jason Tatum.
Give your shit in order. You copping out saying no order, though. You copping out hockey saying no order.
Oh, if you want me to give it in order?
Yeah, you coming out saying no order.
I ain't worried about it. Don't worry. I got Giannis at 1.
Okay.
Giannis Antetokounmpo at 1.
Mm-hmm.
I got Steph Curry at 2. Jason Tatum at 3.
Okay.
Kevin Durant 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I got LeBron James coming in at 5. That's my top 5 right now. I was going to throw Kawhi in there, but we still ain't seen nothing yet this season. He in my top 10. Yeah. He in my top 10, but I ain't going to throw him in the top 5, and we ain't seen him come back on the court yet.
And I was going to say that, too, about Kawhi. It kind of scares me because I'm somebody, we talked about it like a couple of weeks ago about Kawhi. I was like, Kawhi is still top 5 to me just off the player we know, but he hasn't played in a year and a half. We really don't know the type of player we're going to get coming into this season. I still believe that he's going to come back top 5. He looks amazing, but we just got to see it on the court. So I'll hold off on that. It might change throughout the season. But I agree with you on the first 2, though. Giannis and Steph, definitely my 1 and 2. Arguably, Steph could be 1, especially that run that he had in the finals. How many people can have that type of run carrying the Warriors to the championship? I know Giannis did it a year ago, but what Steph did against that Boston defense, that shit was amazing, bro. That shit was amazing. So I got those 2 at 1 and 2. I got KD at 3, got Bron at 4, and I have Luka at 5. Luka slides in at 5 for me. And
you ain't got Tatum in your top 5?
Nah, bro. Tatum is like toward the back end of my 10. Bro, you still got Jokic. You got Embiid. I would have Embiid as my friend. Embiid would be my friend. Just like, okay.
The man who single-handedly shut down KD in the first round? You ain't got him top 5? Come on,
bro.
You got KD top 5, but not the dude shut him down?
I rock with Tatum. I really do, bro. But I think it might be that stinker in the finals, bro. That stinker in the finals continues to linger in my mind, dog, and it can't get out my head. So I like I say, he's still top 10. He's for sure top 10. I remember last year he wasn't in my top 10, but now he's in my top 10. But I would still have Embiid over him. I would still have Jokic over him. Like around that 8 range. That's probably when you get Tatum. And then I would have probably somebody like a Kawhi, Jimmy Butler around at my top 10. But he wouldn't be top 5 for me, bro. Not yet. This could be the year. Because the way I got my MVP awards, he could be up there. But I think this is the year where he solidifies himself as top 5. But not yet, though.
I don't know, bro. I think he'd up.
And you had him at 3, too. I was like, this 3 for Tatum?
At 3, bro. Yeah.
That's tough.
Off of the strength of last season and what we saw in the playoffs, yeah, I know what happened in the finals. But damn, bro, the way they got there, I'm just saying.
But it was some points throughout that playoffs, bro, where it was arguable that he wasn't the best player on his team throughout those playoffs. Arguable. And none of these players none of these other players we can say that about. Like, I know Jaylen Brown is good, but Jaylen Brown isn't top 10, probably isn't top 15. But throughout those playoffs, Jaylen Brown was the best player on the Celtics, arguably. With all these other players in the top 10, you can't say that about, bro. They're definitively the best player on their teams. So I can't have somebody in that caliber in my top 5. I can't. Like I said, this year, I think he separates himself from Brown. I think this is his year of separation. But right now, I can't give it to him. I really can't.
Oh, and where are we live right now? Just so I can share it and make sure everybody sees.
We are live on YouTube. We are live on YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, we are live on YouTube right now. So definitely go ahead and share that. All right. And now we're going to move over to our conference rankings, bro. So obviously, this is going to be an interesting conference for the East and the West. The West, you more so know what to expect. The East, I think, is going to be a bloodbath, bro. You got the Celtics. Obviously, you got the Nets coming back full strength, and you got Ben Simmons added to that collection. Can they redeem themselves from what they showed in the playoffs? That's an interesting storyline. And obviously, the Cavs, the Sixers, the Bucks, the usual suspects like that with the Heat. So it's so much going on in the East. So, Egan, I'm going to let you start that one off with the Eastern Conference rankings. How do you got it going this year?
So my Eastern Conference rankings, I will have the Bucks at 1, Celtics 2, 76ers 3, Nets 4, the Hawks 5, the Heat 6, the Cavaliers 7, and the Raptors at 8.
The Cavs 7? You was talking that good shit about the Cavs about a month ago. Now you dropped them to 7? That's kind of crazy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of crazy how you was talking about the Cavs a couple weeks ago.
But I don't think it'll be a disservice to them putting them 7 in terms of like they're the 7th best team. I just think the East is gonna be so much better this year. I'm counting on a lot of people to stay healthy. I'm counting on a lot of people. I was gonna be reckless and put the Hornets in at 7 or 8, but Melo and Miles Bridges going to prison. So
somebody else for the Hornets got arrested. James Bouknight got arrested yesterday.
Yeah,
he was supposed to get big minutes for the Hornets this year. He got arrested yesterday, so he's not going to play for this year.
Melo hurt and his teammates and Melo hurt. So I don't. I can't do that with the Hornets.
What type of shit is Michael Jordan running over there in Charlotte, bro? They ain't used to be like this. They used to be trash, but them niggas ain't used to be fellas, dog. These niggas getting out of hand over in Charlotte, bro. That shit is ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous. But I got the Celtics at 1 for me, bro. I have the Nets at 2. I think a lot of people are sleeping on the Nets this year. Regular season wise, when it comes to the playoffs, they still got to redeem themselves. I truly believe that when they see them Celtics again, I think the same scenario is going to happen. I think it's going to play out the same way. But the regular season, when you got Ben Simmons, I think he's going to be playing small ball 5 a lot for this team. And he's going to be surrounded by 4 shooters. He doesn't have to worry about somebody like an Embiid clogging up the paint. It's going to be a free run for him. You got KD, Kyrie, Joe Harris, and most likely Seth Curry around him. So you got 2 elite scorers and 2 elite shooters next to Ben Simmons. I think he's going to have a huge year this year. And I think regular season-wise, the Nets are going to look scary. But it all comes down to what they do in the playoffs. But just for regular season, I got them at number 2. I got the Bucks at 3. I got the Sixers at 4. I got the Cavs at 5. I got the Heat at 6. I got the Hawks at 7. And I got the Raptors at 8. And I ended up putting 10 because of the playing and shit like that. I got the Bulls at 9. And I got the
why you got the damn, who'd you say? Why you got the Hawks so low? You don't trust that trio that they got now?
It's just like you just said. The East is stacked, bro. Like
it is, but I got the Hawks higher than that, bro.
I got the Hawks. I think they were going to be in.
I had the Hawks 5. We switching the Cavs because I got the Cavs 7. You got the Hawks 7.
Yeah, and I honestly, I think this top 4, the Celtics, Nets, Bucks, Sixers, I think that's going to be the top 4. I really do. But it's just going to be it could be in a variety of orders, but I think those are right now the 4 best teams in the Eastern Conference. I truly do. The Cavs, the Heat, the Hawks, I think those are more so like second tier teams. You can really rank those however you want it. Probably anybody will have a different order for that. But right now, I just got to see it with the Hawks right now. I know they look more improved, but I just trust my Heat, Eric Spoelstra. I think they will be better than the Hawks once again. And I think the Cavs, with having those 2 twin towers down there with Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen, and you have 2 dynamic guards in Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, that shit is tough. The East is going to be a bloodbath, bro. I can't really rag on you for your rankings of the Eastern Conference, bro. I really can't. And let's dive into a couple of these teams in the East because the Sixers are a very trendy team that a lot of people are picking to go to the finals because they became so much more improved. They added PJ Tucker. They added DeAnthony Melton. So their bench got rounded out a little more. They added Montrez. And you still got Tyrese. You still got Embiid. You still got Harden, who looks way healthier. So they're starting to become a real trendy team. How do you feel about the Sixers and how much are a threat are they really come playoff time to the Celtics and the Bucks?
I got the Celtics, not the Celtics. I got the 76ers as a top 3 team because I think they are going to be one of the biggest threats of getting a chip this year. As long as they can keep Joel Embiid healthy and Joel can play at least 70 of the 82 games, they're going to the finals, bro. Yeah, they have a strong chance.
I was about to say you made it real definitive, like they were going there.
It would be definitive if he does stay healthy. Like if Joel Embiid stay healthy, I think the Celtics. I keep saying the Celtics. I think the 76ers would be the front runner, regardless of how I have them ranked throughout the season. They could be that 3rd seed, but still clearly be the best team in the East as long as everybody stay healthy. That's why I would have them right.
So you believing in Harden, then basically you believing in Harden.
I'm believing in Maxey and Embiid. I'm putting a lot of faith in Tyrese Maxey, bro. The jump that we seen this boy take recently, he's just gonna get even better and better. He can't even be, to me personally, he shouldn't even be in no most improved player conversation. We've already seen the improvement. It happened drastically, and right now that's what we're expecting every single time with Maxey. And I think Joel Embiid has the perfect duo of him and Harden to take so much pressure off of him of carrying the load of the Sixers.
And just to give a little sneak preview of my most improved, he was my most improved because I think his improvement is going to be so drastic this year. It's not going to be a 3 to 4 point jump because he already averaged like 18. I thought he should have won most improved last year. I think he got robbed. I forgot who ended up winning it. I thought he got robbed last year. I think John ended up winning most improved, but I thought he should have won it last year. But I think this year is going to be a significant jump because everybody has defined roles for the Sixers now. James Harden, you're the point guard. Embiid, you're the best player. Maxey, you are the second scorer on this team, and that is going to be clear. And I think he didn't really know that. He wanted to take the sidekick role to James Harden, and you've seen it kind of be confusing for them to really find their footing together. But I think this season, everything is really defined, and I think he's going to take a real major leap for this team this year. I think he's going to average about 24, 25 this year. I think he's going to have an all-star level leap. So I think it's going to be a big year for the Sixers. I really do. But when it comes to playoff time, that's when I get worried about the Sixers because of Doc Rivers, bro. I don't trust this nigga, bro. Y'all can have the talent. You can have PJ Tucker. You can round out that bitch. But, bro, we've seen it with the Clippers. This nigga, Doc Rivers, had nothing but talent. Those Clippers teams was the most talented teams I've ever seen. And the nigga folded. Every time. Yeah, he always bring up that old ass championship from 08 when his team was set. But all of the other good teams he was on, even the Sixers from a couple of years ago, he has folded. So I do not believe on this team come playoff time because of him. I think if they had a better coach, I think they would be my favorite. I think James Harden is going to have a bounce back year. I think Embiid is going to have a good year. I think Maxey is going to have a leap. But it's all going to come down to coaching. That is what the playoffs come down to, and I do not believe in Doc Rivers. So I think regular season they do become improved, but I do not trust that team in the playoffs.
Harden or Embiid taking that leadership role to where they let Doc know in the middle of the playoffs, look, we know we got plays set, but just let us play our game. Because I feel like if they set the tone with Doc, look, we understand the play calling, we understand there needs to be some type of scheme, but let us cook. I think that's what's going to be the haymaker in all of this. I think that's what's going to be what either knock teams out or get them knocked out. And it's going to be whether or not the Stars really pull a LeBron and say, F it, I'm finna coach while I'm out here on the court. I think,
but James Harden really doesn't have that reputation, though. I fuck with James heavy, but James Harden doesn't have that reputation. He has a reputation just like Doc of folding in the playoffs. And like I said, I fuck with James. So it's like, do you really trust him to have that mindset when he has this team? I don't know.
We don't know about Embiid either. As great of a player as Embiid is, I've never gotten leadership from him as far as like I'm the one setting the tone on the court as far as like being a floor general. Without you don't even necessarily have to touch the ball that much to be the floor general. Everyone just knows you're the person putting everybody in their place. You're the one orchestrating the offense, even being off ball. So I've never seen Joel Embiid have that character. But like you said, we don't know Harden for that. And we've never seen Joel Embiid do it. And we know what Doc Rivers gives when it comes to playoff coaching. Can these two players take that leadership leap if it gets to that point of where they're being out-coached to where they let their stardom say, look, coach, let us just cook for the next 5 to 6 minutes and see where it gets us?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. Like I said, I think they're going to be a way better team than last year because, like I said, the role players, I think, will have the biggest impact on this team. Adding PJ Tucker, you see how big of an impact he had with the Heat. Number 1 seed, Eastern Conference Finals, 1 shot away. A big reason for that was PJ Tucker and his defense and the mentality that he can bring. So maybe that's what the 76ers need. Maybe it doesn't come from the top players. Maybe it comes from PJ Tucker, who has been on championship caliber teams for the past 3-4 years now, going back to the Rockets, the Bucks, and the Heat. Like he has that championship mindset, and maybe he's the one who takes them over. But I don't know. I just got to see it to believe it at this point. And another team that I have a question about is my Miami Heat, bro. I have a question about it because I just don't know where we stand right now in the Eastern Conference. This is something that I can have very different feelings after a few weeks because I put us at 6, which is very modest. But I think the Heat could be better than 6, though. I think they could get up in that top 4 because of Eric Spoelstra, just because of how he can play with mismatches, the options, the defense. And I think not having PJ Tucker on the team, how much of a loss that is on defense, I think it makes our offense better, though, because you've seen it during playoff time, bro. At some points, at most points, they weren't even guarding PJ Tucker, bro. And that was streaking the floor, making it harder to score for Jimmy, for Bam, for Hero. And I think with somebody like Caleb Martin starting, with the development I've really seen him have in the preseason and the offseason, I think the offense will be better for the Heat, but the defense will take a step back, I think. But it is Eric Spoelstra, so like I said, I really just don't know. I have to see that for a couple of weeks.
I agree, and that's why I also have the Heat at 6 because they could be that team that jumps up to 4 1 week and it slides back down to 6 or 7, and then they jump up
I've
to 4
seen
the next week. So.
I've seen them as low as like 9 on the Eastern Conference rankings. You know what I'm saying? On most people's predictions. But it's funny because we had these same type of conversations about the Heat last year. A lot of people didn't have high expectations for the Heat. It was like 5th seed last year, and they ended up being a number 1 seed. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, now I got the Heat at 6 now. I probably had them around the same range last year, and they ended up being a number 1 seed. It's like, it's just the coaching of Eric Spoelstra. Like, I just don't know. I believe in it too much just to say, like, just to be definitive, like, oh, they're going to be 6. It's like, I truly don't know. Because it's like, this is the team that could be 2. It could be 2 at the end of the season, and I would not be surprised.
And it's a lot of expectations, too. We're expecting Jimmy to come back, and you always get on Jimmy of he needs to figure out what role he wants to play. Are you going to be the guy that just sets everybody else up? Or are you going to be that dog? When it comes to Tyler Hero, you just signed a contract extension. Like
that's the nigga I'm looking at. Yeah.
Are you going to take that leap because you got the dollar signs now? You ain't no
exactly.
You can't be like, I ain't playing because I ain't got my money. and Bam, you done got a little bigger, you know what I'm saying? Got a little more swole.
That's another nigga. We need a step up. We need a step.
So it's a lot of names on the Heat outside of Eric Spoelstra that I'm looking to make those adjustments. We know Spo gonna do what he need to do to set everything up.
Exactly.
But are y'all gonna execute? That's the thing.
And shout out to Spo too, because they had a survey with the GMs and coaches in the NBA on who was the best coach in the NBA. And Spo won. I think this was the 2nd or 3rd year in a row he won best coach in the NBA. So it's like he's respected around the league as such. So I'm glad at least he's getting that recognition because I'm always saying that Spo has to win coach of the year, but at least he's getting recognition around the league that he is the best coach. But I think the Heat team is it's going to be an interesting ride this year. I really do. But after what I've seen with Jimmy last year, bro, I'm not going to be on his head like I was throughout this past season. Because what I've seen in the playoffs, if you're going to be up and down in the regular season, but give me that in the playoffs, Fuck it, nigga. Yeah, I want that playoff Jimmy. I want playoff Jimmy for sure. That nigga was going crazy. But I gotta see
the playoff Jimmy the whole season.
Hey, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're gonna give me up and down Jimmy, that's cool. If you're gonna give me that throughout the regular season, if I'm gonna get playoff Jimmy, I'm cool with that. Rest up, because the young players gotta step up for Miami, bro. The heroes gotta take the leadership, and the Bams, they gotta be the top 2 scorers for the Heat now, while Jimmy coasts through the season, because you're gonna need him for the playoffs. The 2 young bulls gotta step up. Bam saying he's gonna shoot 18 shots a game. He's gonna shoot a little bit more threes. Hero, he said he's gonna develop more, gonna play better defense. That's what we need. That's the development we need internally. We probably didn't get so many free agents. We probably lost PJ Tucker, but the internal development can be the determining factor on how far this Heat team really goes. And that's why I'm really intrigued by it, because I still think they're one of the deepest teams in the league. I really do.
And why the hell did we? I love Miami. I love my Miami Heat. But why the hell did we sign this nigga back? Cool. You already know who I'm finna say.
No, you ain't talking about Haslam.
Yes.
Why the fuck? No, I love Haslam,
bro?
nigga. You ain't gonna hear a bad word out of me, out of Haslam, nigga. No, sir. That's my nigga. That's Mr. 305. He can stay on the team as long as he wants. He can stay on the team as long as he wants, man.
No, bro. I love Haslam.
No,
I love Haslam.
That nigga ain't going nowhere, bro.
Have him join the coaching staff. Don't have him literally taking a player spot. Oh my god, bro. No, I can't believe you of all people.
That 15th spot, that 15th spot is Haslam's. It has been for 7 years. I'm not. That nigga ain't going nowhere. Cause you see what's going on in Charlotte. They need a nigga like my nigga UD. Keep his shit in line, no fellas. He keeps shit in line behind closed doors, but we can't see. My nigga don't play, but he keeps shit in line. I believe
he can do it as a coach.
Nah, you don't got that same respect though, bro. Once you become a coach, you don't got the same respect with the players, dog. I really believe that shit. Nigga talking about Haslam gotta go.
Thank you,
nigga.
Wes.
Haslam ain't gotta go. That nigga
damn.
is solid, man. My nigga is good for real. My nigga is
the
good.
biggest Heat fan of all time is not understanding that some Heat.
Nah, that's why I am the biggest Heat fan. My nigga been there forever, my nigga. That nigga been there since I've been a Heat fan. That man good.
Gotta go.
That nigga.
He don't even need an updated uniform. Just let the nigga sit in a Heat jersey. Let him sit in the championship.
That most of the time he come, he don't even have a jersey underneath. That nigga knows
really
he's not playing. He didn't be in a sweatsuit. But that nigga good in the hood. Who else you want to talk about in the East? Who else sticks out to you as a team that you're really looking forward to?
Who else sticks out in the East? We talked about the Cavs a little bit. Went over the Heat. Who else? The Hawks. I'm real interested to see what they're gonna do now that they got Murray over there to help Trey. I want to see what that backcourt is gonna do. I think it's gonna be phenomenal. That's why I got them as one of the top 5 teams in the East this year. I think they're gonna actually make a real playoff contention jump when it comes to fighting for that spot for the finals. I know I said I would have Philly as the favorite and the team that has to get beat, but I think the Hawks, bro, they're a team that I wouldn't be surprised if they get to the Eastern Conference Finals and give the 76ers a run for their money.
I don't see them going that far, but I do like the Hawks though. I really like the Hawks, and I love that Trey has help. So I think it would take a lot of burden off his shoulders, and that's what I like the most. We got a question here: Celtics, JB, the number 1 option over 10. That's what I was just telling this man, because earlier in the pod he said that Tatum was top 5. I said you can't be top 5 if it's questionable if you're the number 1 option on your team. I can't put you in my top 5. And that's the thing. Throughout the playoffs, JB was
one of your top 5s and knocked them out the playoffs and swept them.
But shit, don't act like JB didn't have some good runs on KD too now.
Oh, we did too, but we was mostly talking about Tatum. We was mostly talking about Tatum.
And throughout the finals, who was the best player on the finals? It was Jaylen Brown. In the second round, third round, it was not Heat series. The Heat series, he was high-key up and down. The Bucks series, he was definitely the best player. The Bucks series, he was the best player. But the Heat in the finals, it was kind of questionable. It was like Jaylen Brown, high-key the number 1.
I give you the Bucks series, but that Nets series, I'm giving that to Tatum. No question.
Oh no, that's what I'm saying. The Nets and the Bucks series, it was like Tatum was the number 1. But the Heat and the Warriors series, it was like Jaylen Brown played the best, because it was like first halves in that Heat series where Tatum was going crazy. Second half, he was nowhere to be found. It was that up and down shit that was blowing me, bro. So that's why I said I can't really have it. I don't fuck with it. But like I said, I think this is going to be the year where he solidifies himself, though. And moving on to the Western Conference, bro. What you got? What's your rankings?
So my rankings for the West, I got the Warriors at 1. I got the Clippers at 2. I got the Suns at 3. I got the Grizzlies 4. I got the Nuggets at 5. The Mavericks at 6. The Lakers at 7. And I got the Timberwolves rounding it off at 8.
I agree with you on the first two, bro. I think it's going to be Warriors 1, Clippers 2. I got the Nuggets at 3, Suns at 4. I have the Pelicans at 5.
Oh,
I have the Maverick. Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yes, sir. Yes,
not over the
sir.
Grizz. Not over the Grizz.
Yes.
Nah,
I have
bruh.
the Pelicans at 5. I have the Mavericks at 6. I got the Grizz at 7. I got the Timberwolves at 8. I got the Lakers rounding it out at 9. Bro, I'm telling you, the Pelicans is that team, bro. I'm telling you. I said it last year when we see them boys going neck and neck with the Suns. I said, you going to add Zion to this? I said, oh, these niggas finna be scary. They going to be a top 5 offense in the league, bro. They going to be a top 5 offense in the league. I promise you, bro. I promise you they're going to be a top 5 offensive team. I truly believe it, bro. I truly believe it. I think it is. Bro. Because I said the same thing, bro, when I was looking at the Western Conference. Like, damn, having the Grizz at 7 when they was just number 2. It does feel like it is
wild.
That's what I'm saying. It looked like a huge drop off, but look at the teams that are healthy now. The Nuggets,
but I had to have
healthy.
them at least 4, bro. I had to have them at least 4.
Bro, the Clippers are healthy now. The Nuggets are healthy now. The Pelicans are healthy now. I can't put the Grizz above those healthy, better teams, in my opinion. I can't. I can't. Last year, these teams were hurt. So I can't do it, bro. I think can't do it. We got a comment. Luka and Ja are ready for the big stage. I think they are, but in the regular season, I think they're gonna be bottom tier Western Conference teams, bro. I truly believe it, bro.
Nah, bro. I
got the Mavericks at 6. I got the Mavericks at 6, bro. I'm telling you, these are bottom.
I got the Mavs at 6 too. I got the Mavs at 6.
Huh?
I got the Mavs.
I'm telling you, bro. You telling me you got Zion, CJ, BI. And then you got Herbert Jones, Jose. Come on, these niggas got a defense now. These niggas got defense to go along with the offensive power.
I gotta see Jose do this the whole season.
I'm confident in this team.
I know Jose was. I know my boy was snapping against the Suns in the playoffs, but the same way you said Hero just had that bubble burst. That boy just had that first round burst. He was like, "We ain't finna get."
We gonna see, bro. But them niggas. Hey, I'm confident in the Pels, bro. I'm confident in the Pels. And the Grizz, like I said, the Grizz are going to be good. Ja going to do his thing. Ja going to upgrade his game. He going to elevate, probably average like 28 once again. But the team as a whole, I think there's other teams. And Jaren Jackson is hurt going into another season once again. So we talking about other teams getting healthier while they're not healthy going into the season. I think that has them.
But the rest of that supporting cast for the Grizz, though, bro, they did their thing while Ja was out for a minute. So it's like, even though Jalen, what you call it?
But we talked about that though. But we talked about why that is though, because the ball moves more when Ja is not playing. So everybody gets the feeling that they have a lot of good players on that team. But when you have Ja and no Jaren Jackson, I think it is like a kind of a step back. Like I said, 7th isn't bad. 7th isn't bad.
Make them adjustments. I think Ja can make those adjustments after watching the film, after having the summer after this past season to really get integrated back into the offense and figure out how the team flows with and without him. I think it's not going to look as blatantly obvious as it did last season of, wow, the ball just flows so much easier when he's not on the court. I think it's going to be the same transition that we see while he is on the court.
I don't know. I think it could be some improvement, but I think another step that Ja has to take has to be the defensive side of the ball too. That was another reason why they played better without him. Defensively, he has to take a step up. It was the same thing with Hero for the Heat. Hero has to take a step up because they were continuously attacking him, especially in that Warriors series. I mean, Steph was going right at his neck, and he couldn't come back at it. It's like, yeah, you're going to give Steph a bucket on the other end, but Steph was going at your neck. 3 is more than 2, and that's why we kept seeing the Warriors win games big. So, like I said, I think they take a step back. But a team I wanted to talk about, I think we both had them at 8th, is the Minnesota Timberwolves. And a lot of people have them, once again, as a trendy pick in the Western Conference as a team that will take that next step. But obviously, we don't see that. So how do you
I
feel about
don't-
the T-Wolves going into it?
I don't know. I love Ant, but I just don't know about Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns is not a scrub. Very good defender, but I just think I don't know. I don't see them getting anywhere past. I don't know. I just don't see them being better than any of these other teams, bro. I got the Mavs at goddamn 6. Like, so I'm definitely not putting them above the Mavs. And we know the Mavs are a better team. Ant will be a breakout player. Edgar, what don't you know?
He's speaking about because he said you don't know about the other Timberwolves, bro.
Oh, yeah, the Timberwolves. Nobody knows about the Timberwolves, bro. I'm telling you, bro.
And that's what I'm saying about the West. I think the top 4, I think, are pretty solidified with the Warriors, Clippers, Mavs, Nuggets. But I think after that, it can really go in any other way.
The top 6 are locks. It's not even.
But we got different top 6s, though, bro. I think the Pelicans are high key up there.
Oh, outside of that one. Other than that, well, we got the same 5 out of 6 at least.
Yeah, we got to say, yeah, I think the Mavs for sure going to be top 6.
So
for sure.
5 to 6 out of the top 8 playoff teams, we got locked. And that's what I'm saying. The Timberwolves, I just don't see them making that big of a jump to where I could put them cracking that top 6.
And a lot of people talk about that Rudy Gobert trade, and obviously it looks good on paper, but I don't think the defense is going to be that better than it was a season ago. They had a top 10 defense in the league last year, but in that Rudy Gobert trade, you traded away Pat Bev, a good perimeter defender. You traded away Malik Beasley, a good perimeter defender. You traded away Jarrett Vanderbilt, who is a good perimeter defender. And in this league, you need perimeter defenders, and you traded for somebody in Rudy Gobert who does not guard the perimeter well. Yes, he is the Stifle Tower. Yes, he'll block anything in the paint, but we see it in the playoffs multiple times when he played with Utah. He got played off the court.
He got bullied.
He got played off the court because he could not guard the perimeter. So I don't see this being a good trade for them. It looks good on paper, but that shit is just going to look ugly, bro. I really don't see it being a good combination, bro. And you playing with Cat. I think Ant is going to have a huge step. I think he's going to take a huge step, bro. I really do. He said Gobert would make them significantly better. Cat would show out how he has to play no defense. No, he has to still play defense because this is my point with the Timberwolves. Gobert can hold down the paint, but they're going to have Cat, somebody who's not good at moving his feet on the perimeter. So you're going to ask Cat to guard 4s? You're going to ask Cat to guard niggas like Bron or niggas like, you're going to ask Cat to guard niggas like that now. He's not guarding your center anymore. He's guarding 4s now. He's going to get blown by.
If Cat ain't guarding the 5, I don't trust it. If he ain't guarding the 5, I don't trust it, bro.
I think it's going to lead to a lot of sadness for Timberwolves fans. I really believe that, bro.
But that's why I said the top 5 to 6 teams are locks. I don't see them better than the Warriors, Clippers, Suns, Grizz, Nuggets, or Mavs. I just don't see them being better than any of those teams to have them any higher than the set. I'll probably give them the 7th. Only reason I got the Lakers at 7 is because I just trust Bron to somehow, some way will this shitty ass Lakers team to relevancy.
Oh, you had the Lakers 7?
Yeah, outside of the Lakers being 7, I don't see the Timberwolves being better than any of these other teams.
I think the Lakers could beat the Timberwolves in the play-in and probably get in the playoffs. I would probably say that. I think they can still get in. I got them at 9 on my list, but they're right there with the play-in with the Timberwolves. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it at all, though. But yeah, the Timberwolves, bro. It's just something to see to believe, bro. I think Anthony Edwards, like you said, is going to have a huge season. I really do. I put him on my all breakout team, but everybody else, I gotta see it, bro. I gotta see it. But definitely shout out to Jaden McDaniels too. He had a huge last year. I think he's starting now for the Timberwolves. I think he's one of the best defensive players in the league, so that's going to add to their defense. I'm still worried about Cat and D'Angelo Russell. So those are the 2 players I'm worried about defensively.
True.
And moving forward, let's talk about the Clippers. We both had them at 2. What's the expectation for the Clippers when it comes to the playoffs, though? Do we realistically see them beating the Warriors come playoff time?
Do I see them beating the Warriors? No.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it as a conference championship. I could definitely see that. Like the conference finals, like I could definitely see that. Do I have them beating the Warriors? No. I got them ranked 2nd in the West, though, just because I'm expecting Kawhi. How long has it been since Kawhi done touched
a year and a half?
Bro? Year and a half, almost 2 years, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I'm expecting him to have a huge comeback. I'm expecting PG to give us that great secondary player that he's been showing us he can be over the past couple of years. I'm expecting Luke Kennard to come back and have a huge impact. So I'm expecting the Clippers role players to do their job, and I'm expecting Kawhi to just fit right back in and get damn near 25 to 28 points a night off rip.
Yeah. Honestly, the Clippers are in the conversation for having the deepest team in the league, bro. Honestly, they up there with the Warriors. Let's look at that start. You got Reggie Jackson starting, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Marcus Morris, and Zubac are your top five. Then off your bench, you got John Wall, Norman Powell, Luke Kennard, Nicholas Batum, and Robert Covington coming off your bench. They got a scary ass, loaded ass team.
They got the
if your
team,
top
bro.
if your top two come back to like full form, and that means Kawhi coming back to being a player that he once was a couple of years ago, they right up there with the Warriors, neck and neck. I can see that series going to 7 legitimately, bro. I really can see that shit. No bullshit. Because I think John Wall is somebody who they really needed the last couple of years, or a couple of years ago when they were in the bubble, a point guard that could put everybody in their places. Okay, Kawhi, we need you in the post. Get us a bucket. PG, let me get you your shots. Damn Zubac, Marcus Morris, I got y'all. I think he's the point guard they needed for so long, bro. So I think he will be key. Rome just said it right here. John Wall will be key, especially after the All-Star break. I agree with that because I wouldn't rush John Wall to just be the starter right now. I think he's coming off the bench.
I would rather have Reggie Jackson starting right now, and that way that second unit. Just imagine, bro. You got John Wall off the bench, bro. That's at least 12 minutes of a whole game that you on cruise control, honestly, with whoever else is out there with him.
Mm-hmm. And we got Rome said Draymond has already ruined this season for the Warriors. If you haven't heard us talk about that Draymond and Jordan Poole situation, definitely go check out the podcast. We talked about it last week in depth. We was arguing. It was a real heated debate, so definitely go ahead and check that out. But yeah, I don't know. I seen the Warriors play this season with Draymond. They still look like they still gonna be the Warriors, team. Bro. Yeah, they gonna be okay. It's just up to if Jordan Poole. I think he's the only player that I'm really worried about. I think Draymond will be Draymond, but Jordan Poole, as long as Jordan Poole plays like Poole, I think they'll be fine. Truthfully, so I think that was something I was worried about. But I seen a preseason game where everybody was playing and them niggas looked okay, so I'm cool with it. And the Mavericks, once again, I want to talk about them before we move on to NBA awards. They're another team that I keep seeing pop up because everybody's saying this is an in-shape Luka. This is a different Luka now because most of the time we see Luka, he comes in this season, he's out of shape. He has to really work himself into shape by playoff time. But now, since he played in the FIBA World Cup, he's already in shape. So a lot of people are expecting him to have an MVP season and the Mavs to be really elevated. What are your expectations for the Mavs now?
I don't expect Luka to just come back and play a different game. I'm glad he's in better shape from playing overseas throughout the summer and whatnot. But I don't expect him to change his game. I think he's going to be very ball dominant, and it's still going to come down to Tim Hardaway being clutch and JaVale McGee being clutch. I think those are two players we got to look at to make sure they're on their game and they're playing their roles well. Luka is going to be Luka. He's going to get you like 30 every other night, but it's still going to be the same tempo that we've gotten used to seeing. It just may not take him as long to get into that groove. He may hit the ground running a lot quicker than expected, but I don't expect him to change his game at all. If he does, that's a major improvement if he starts moving the ball a lot more.
And I think losing Brunson was a big hit to this team. I said it last year, you have to have multiple playmakers when you play with Luka just to take that pressure off of his shoulders, and losing your second best playmaker, I think hurts. You know what I'm saying? So that puts even more pressure on him. Yes, you still have Dinwiddie, but I think just losing a playmaker like Brunson, I think he's going to have a huge year with the Knicks. I think it's going to be big, bro. Either whether Luka's in shape or out of shape, losing playmakers around him is not going to help this team at all. Defensively, I think they could be better with losing Brunson, but I think the team as a whole would be like middle of the pack. I got him at 6th in the Eastern Conference. I'm not scared of them at all. Like, I think Luka's going to put up his numbers for sure, but I'm not worried about them winning the Western Conference. I don't think they're going to do the same thing they did last year, going to the Western Conference Finals. So it's like, I don't know. I don't see what everybody else is seeing.
And that's why I said it's going to come down to everybody else. Dinwiddie, Tim Hardaway Jr., JaVale McGee, like the rest of these boys. Like, what are y'all going to do?
Christian Wood was a big pickup for this team, too. He was a big pickup for that team.
So him, like, I'm looking at everybody else. Like you said, I know what Luka is going to do. What is everybody else going to do to make up for any of the lost talent? That's the
exactly. All right, we got a couple comments going back to that Poole situation. Jordan Poole and Draymond should never be teammates again. I fully agree, bro. I know. I fully agree because I think after this season, I think Draymond got to go, bro. And
bro,
we got
Draymond want to leave. That nigga want to play with Bron, bro.
That's true, but I don't think them niggas should be teammates. You punch me out like that, bro. Hell no, my nigga. I don't know how Jordan Poole is just like, okay. I know he's probably not okay with the situation.
He got the bag.
I would have called the stir, bro. I would have called the stir, my nigga. Ain't no way I'm about to play with that nigga again, bro. Fuck no. You knocked me out. Like Stephen A said, he knocked that nigga unconscious, bro. Yeah. Ain't no way I'm playing with you again, especially when I just got my bag, bro. Fuck no. We got another comment here that said they're going to regret not paying Draymond. He's not as replaceable as they think. I do agree with that, too.
I agree with that.
That's a good-ass point. But with that situation, I think they're high-key fed up with Draymond. It's like Draymond is starting to get to the wrong side of 30. He's starting – Draymond like 32, I think?
He about Draymond like 3, I think.
Yeah, Draymond's starting to get older now, so it's starting to become a question of when will his body start to break down. You want to put $25 million into somebody whose main thing is just banging bodies with the 7-footers and with the big boys? At some point, I think his body will break down. Knock on wood, obviously. Because you want to have him have a long career, but I think
he's the emotional catalyst for the team. But
for sure,
if you're not producing on top of that, like you will be expendable. So
I think he's producing, but it's just the fact that they got some young niggas behind them that they can't do exactly what Draymond does, but they can produce. Like we see Kuminga's take a leap. We see Moody. I think Moody's gonna have a big season. We see some role players behind him. I think Wiseman's gonna have a big year. So they got some young niggas behind Draymond. That it's like, okay, we're fine with seeing Draymond go and putting these young boys in, and they get to do what they do because they've already learned from Draymond. They learned the tricks and shit like that. So I think that's going to be a big key on why he ends up getting traded probably after this season. I think they can get one more before he leaves, though. So I think that's something. But moving on to the NBA awards, man. Who do you have for MVP?
I hope it happens. But I got Ja Morant. I got Ja Morant for MVP, bro.
Okay.
Because like you said, losing Jared Jackson, we all know how the team can play when you're not on the court. But not having that solid number 2 right next to you, I think is going to elevate his game because he's going to have to take over a lot more. We all know how electrifying he is. We know they're a playoff caliber team. But if you can keep this team around the 4th, 5th ranked area that I got y'all in, and you averaging close to about 27, 28 points a game, I think it's Ja's, bro. Because who will be more valuable to their team than Ja at that point? Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think if you look at every other team, Kawhi go down, all hope is not lost for the Clippers. It's a big hit, but all hope isn't lost. Same thing with the Warriors. Let's say something happened to Steph. Jordan Poole, hey, this your moment. You just got the bag. Like, it's a couple of teams that I'm looking at that, hey, y'all can lose y'all star player and still somewhat be okay. If Ja go down, I don't know what the hell the Grizzlies are going to do other than fight for that 8th seed.
No, I fully agree, bro. I fully agree. But for MVP, it was kind of tough for MVP, bro. I still honestly haven't fully decided, but it's between Tatum and Steph for me. But I just roll with Steph. It just feels like the simple answer for me, but that's why I didn't want to roll with it because it felt too simple. But I just feel like the best player, best team, that's going to come into effect this season. I know Embiid is in the conversation to win it, but I don't think the regular season Sixers will be that great. I think Luka's going to be in it as well. I think what you said, the Ja's going to be in it. But I think Steph, at the end of the day, he's going to get another one, especially with him talking about all this legacy talk. Adding another MVP to his schedule or to his resume will be dope. Let's get this. We got a question here. What's going to be the surprise trade of the year? That's a good ass question, bro.
Yeah, good question.
You know, I think the Raptors are gonna make a big trade for somebody by the.
I about to say somebody got to be with Scotty. They got to pair somebody with Scotty
because the Raptors have a lot of assets that I think a lot of teams want. I just don't know who they would trade for, but it's gonna be some big score that they end up. It could be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if I'm being honest with you. I think that could be the surprise trade because OKC, I think they're fully tanking. I think they're trying to get Victor Wembanyama to team him up with Chet and Wemby. So I think they're going to end up trading Shai Gilgeous to somebody like. So he's from Canada as well. That would be some dope shit to pair him with Scotty and shit like that. I think that would be dope.
Damn, who else? Who else a big? I ain't even think about no big names being traded so far.
He said, "I say Jaylen Brown."
I think they put. I think they put a lot of.
I think they. Hey, we talked about. Hey, we talked about this a couple years ago, but I think they straight. They got to a finals. They straight.
Yeah, and that was the hump. I think if they never,
that was the hump.
If they didn't get to the finals, that would have been the talk of the town. But they put all that to rest. They put
exactly. That's what I was like. I was thinking the same thing. Jaylen Brown was always on my mind, but not this year. I think they're gonna go for it all.
I think everybody in the East pretty straight for the most part right now.
Yeah, I don't see anybody big getting traded.
I can't think of nobody. No big names? Nah, I can't think of no big names right now.
Suns. Not really, bro. I'm not really saying.
I'm trying to think right now. I can't think.
He said he's sour on Boston after the KD talks. At the end of the day, bro, this shit a business, dog. Whether you hear your names in the rumors or whatever, like you got to get over the shit. Most of these players in the NBA have been talked about in trade rumors.
Most of these niggas' names.
Yeah, so it's like that's some shit you got to get over. And this is not the first time Jaylen Brown has been in trade rumors. I mean, the past like 3-4 years, they were trying to trade him for Kawhi. They was trying to trade him for niggas like AD, and he's still in Boston after all of these trade talks. I think he's still gonna be in Boston after this season, bro. He said, "Watch book." He said, "Watch book." He said, "I got insiders."
He was saying book it. Yeah, book it.
Oh, watch bucket. Oh, okay. I got insiders. Okay. But yeah, I think Shai Gilgeous is like the one person I'm really looking for to get traded this year. I think he could be on the move for what like the OKC Thunder are doing. We do not want that trash ass nigga Jay Crowder on our team.
I'm about to say Jay Crowder.
That nigga is washed. I wouldn't even take Clarkson, my nigga. I'm cool with my Heat. I want a big star.
That boy said Jay Crowder.
Yeah, keep them trash niggas off my team. We need stars in Miami. I'm not taking no more role players.
I'm about to say no more role players, bro.
I'm cool with my role players, dog. But yeah, I'll take Steph Curry for my MVP. Like
I had Brandon Ingram in some trade talks last season. But now that the Pelicans looking right, now that Zion done lost about 15 pounds, looking lean, that boy ain't going nowhere now. But
my nigga looking right, Hakeem. My nigga looking right. I was happy to see that shit, bro.
Who did I say Ingram? I think I said Ingram to the Grizz. I think I said Ingram.
I remember you said that. And I remember I said Ingram to the Heat because that shit would have been fucking.
Yeah,
that's Ingram the nigga we need.
Well,
for real, I love that shit.
You originally wanted who did you originally want? You wanted Kawhi, and then you wanted
I wanted all them niggas, bro.
you wanted everybody.
I wanted all them niggas, dog. And we end up with nobody. That's the crazy. Hero just got paid $30 million. That shit's so wild, bro. All right, moving on to most improved player. Who you got for most improved?
I got Jalen Brunson. I want to say the 2020 season, he averaged about 12 points a game. Last season, it jumped up to 16. Him being on the Knicks now, being a more seasoned veteran player now, I think he's going to be the leader of that young core. And I think he's going to have a lot of great nights scoring 20-plus points a night on against some big teams throughout the season. So I think Jalen Brunson is going to take that leap and be most improved player of the year.
Most improved player, bro. I talked about it earlier. Tyrese Maxey is my most improved. I think he's going to have a huge jump for the Sixers because I think it's known and it's clear, it's defined for him that he is a second scorer on this team and that Harden will be the point guard facilitator, will score when he needs to type of role. So I think that's going to be a huge leap. I think he's going to average about 25, 24. I think he averaged like 18 and 5 last year. I think we're going to see that go to like 24 and 6, something like that. I think he has a huge jump. I thought he should have won most improved last year. I think he's going to win it this year. And another person to look out for in this conversation is once again, James Wiseman, bro. I think he's going to be starting by the end of this season. And I think he's going to be like the big piece for the Golden State Warriors. And he's one of the reasons why I think they're so comfortable getting rid of Draymond because they're going to have somebody at that back line on that defense that can literally block everything. He can catch lobs, can dunk, all that type of shit. And he's so skilled, can shoot threes and all that shit. Yeah. I like it. Romeo said Trae Young will get that. How? He has to average like 40. How
I'm about to say Trae got to average like 40. The hell?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Ice Trae, most improved player.
Yeah.
What was a down year for him?
I mean, nigga has averaged 29 and 10. Damn, they're walking into the league. He averaged 29.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what was the down year to make you?
Honestly, his stats gonna go down because he's playing with my man. But it's gonna be a good thing that his stats going down because it's gonna be more wins instead of like him having to put up 40 and 10 or whatever. So I think it'll be
With
good
L's.
for him. With L's. For sure.
40 and 10 with L's.
For sure. All right, going on to sixth man of the year.
Sixth man of the year. This one was tough for me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna let you go first with sixth man of the year because I'm still.
It's honestly between Jordan Poole. I think that's the easy one, and I think Malcolm Brogdon would be somebody key in this conversation. I think Jordan Poole would end up winning because they would be the best team in the West. I think it's just a well-oiled machine over there in Golden State. But Malcolm Brogdon, I think, come playoff time, would be the most important bench player because I think he is the player that was needed for the Celtics last year. He's the point guard that can get everybody in line. Like I just talked about with John Wall. He can give Tatum his shots. He can give Jaylen Brown his shots. And those two don't have to worry about playmaking because we've seen Tatum with the ball in his hands way too much in the finals where he felt like he had to create everything. It felt like Brown had to create everything because they really didn't have a point guard because Marcus Smart was not really a point guard. But now having a true point guard in Malcolm Brogdon, I think you don't have to worry about that anymore. And that's a big deal for him.
I agree with what we were talking about earlier about John Wall being the catalyst for that second unit. So I'm probably going to go with John Wall for sixth man of the year. Jordan Poole, like you said, is probably the obvious answer. But Jordan Poole could be in the conversation for most improved player as well. So I think he has a chance at either award. So I'm going to go with John Wall for sixth man of the year because I think a good chunk of this season, he's going to be coming off the bench behind Reggie Jackson to lead that second unit.
All right, let's look at the comments. We got one that says Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero not coming off the bench.
I was about to say, Hero ain't coming off the bench. He started.
Yeah, that nigga better not be coming up here and getting paid 30 million.
I'm about to say, you're getting paid
that nigga
30
ain't coming
million.
off my bench, nigga. Fuck no. This ain't Golden State, nigga. This ain't Golden State.
Hey, if you're not Lou Will, you don't get 30 mil to come off the bench. That's the only nigga I would ever
He's
let
not even
touch
getting paid 30.
mil.
Like Lou Will always got paid like low amount of money, like $8 million a year.
Saying if there was ever a nigga to get paid 30 mil and come off the bench, it would only be that nigga.
I mean, Poole getting paid 30 million to come off the bench though. So it's like niggas is getting paid 30 million to come off the bench.
I don't think that's gonna last all season. I think Poole could probably start.
I think it is. Like I said, I think Wiseman gonna end up starting by the end of the year, but the first four gonna stay the same most likely to me. You got Wiggins, you got Steph, Clay, Draymond. Those four gonna stay, and I think Wiseman gonna replace Looney by the end of the year. So yeah, Tyler Hero not coming off the bench. Kuzma for most improved. Wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
yeah, hey,
he has a lot of opportunity.
I would say, bro, this nigga could damn near get 30 a night if he want. He playing at Washington.
Yeah, I mean, besides Bill, like somebody got to score the points over there. Kuzma had a great year last year, honestly.
He did.
I think toward the back end of the year, Kristaps Porzingis was looking good. He was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Washington could be all right, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at Kuzma. And moving on to coach of the year, who you got?
Coach of the year, I'm gonna have Tyronn Lue. Like I said, with Kawhi coming back, with the rest of that squad being as deep as it is, we're gonna get to see Ty Lue with the deepest roster, and I think he's gonna make the best adjustments for the best teams in the West, aka the Warriors and the Suns, and any of the other following teams that we mentioned. I think Ty Lue is one of the best coaches in the league. I know we got Spo at 1. But Ty Lue, he different, bro. He's going to find a way to get the Clippers to that Western Conference Finals like I was talking about.
All right, and I also got Ty Lue. I got Ty Lue this year. They're going to be a top 2 seed in the Western Conference. Even though they're loaded, somebody has to put the pieces together, and I think Ty Lue is going to be that person. In the comments, we got Coach Spo.
Hey, we ain't going to be mad at that.
Hell no. I've been begging for it the past 2 years, so goddamn, I want this shit to happen.
Be mad at that.
Exactly, but they gonna hold my nigga Spo once again. So yeah, I'm just used to it at this point. I'm used to it.
If the Heat become a top, we have the Heat slated to be the 6th seed. If the Heat somehow be a top 2-3 team this year,
but they said that same shit last year though, bro.
But I'm saying if you do it too, we were the number 1 seed when nobody expected that shit last year.
That's what I'm saying.
They did some flaw shit by not giving it to Coach Spo last year. But if you make a top 3 seed again this year and have no projections of that from anyone, they got to give it to Coach Spo at that point. And I won't be mad if we wrong with picking Ty Lue. We picking Ty Lue right now because we can see the Clippers really being on the 2nd seed. But if the Heat outdo everybody's expectations, bro, they have to give it to Spo.
And usually this award goes to a surprise team that nobody's thinking about. They come out of the woodworks. Like think about the Knicks, think about the Grizzlies from last year with Taylor Jenkins. It usually comes to a team that just surprises you. I wouldn't be surprised if the Pelicans coach Willie Green, he ends up winning it for having them at the 5th seed. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins it. But I would just have Ty Lue. I think that's just playing his day for me.
Yeah.
Moving to the comments, we got Heat top 4. Book it. Jovic finna ball. Hey, I fuck with Jovic. I seen a couple of games. I seen him play with the starters. I like his game, but I don't know. I don't know how much playing time he truly gets this season. But I would like to see him get some run though. Heat top 4. If the Heat top 4, Spo need to get that shit for real, bro.
I'm about to say he has to get it. If
he got to get that shit, bro. All right, moving on to defensive player of the year. Who you got?
Speaking of the Heat, I got Bam Adebayo for defensive player of the year. I think I picked him for defensive player of the year last year, but this year, bro, I'm about to say this year, I think we need to see it again. We need to see that same level of performance, especially now with Tyler Hero getting his money. Y'all gonna get a lot more offensive time to really dominate the floor. Because like we said, Jimmy probably gonna cruise and have a lot of up and down moments. So this is where we need Bam and Hero to step up the most. Bam, I got Bam leading the league. This is my bold prediction. I got Bam leading the lead in blocks and being a front runner for defensive player of the year the whole season.
I thought Bam should have won it last year. I think they're gonna hold my man once again. Especially, we was like a top 5 defense, the number 1 seed, and Bam still didn't get it because they said, quote unquote, he missed too many games. And when he did it, he still played 70% of the season. So
I got Bam leading the league in blocks and being a front runner for defense player of the year.
I wanted to be Bam, but I got Ben Simmons. I got Ben Simmons winning this award.
No. Oh,
yes,
no.
sir.
Hell no.
Yes, sir.
Hell no.
Yes,
hell
sir.
no, bro.
I got Ben
bro.
Simmons winning this award, bro.
Just
He's
stop.
somebody that 2 years ago got hold by Rudy Gobert trash ass. I think Ben Simmons will win this award, bro. Because like I said, he's already going to be the small ball 5 for this team. I think he will improve the defense all around on the Nets. I think this is going to be a huge year for Ben Simmons. Not scoring wise, but everything that he does well will get accentuated with this team and with this lineup. You got KD, who is a good defender. You got Joe Harris, who is solid. Kyrie is a solid defender. You got solid defenders around a nigga like Ben Simmons. I think this is going to be an accentuated squad around him, bro. So I think Ben Simmons will be defensive player of the year this year. I truly believe.
I don't know, bro. He'll probably be in the conversation, but I'd be pissed if that nigga win.
Why would you be pissed? You sound like a hating ass nigga, bro.
Bro.
You sound like a hating ass nigga.
You nominating a nigga that ain't got that dog in him, bro. Like
he almost won it last year without that dog in him. Or not last year, the year before.
You talk about 2 years ago.
But nigga, he was in the conversation. See, nigga, you hating, nigga. That's what I see. You hating like you.
All right, that's fine. I'll be that.
Hating, bro. Because niggas can say the same shit about Bam too. Bam don't got that dog in him. Niggas will say that same shit.
Nah, Bam got that dog in him.
Niggas will say that same shit about Bam, but niggas will say, all right.
We've clearly seen that Ben ain't got that dog in him. It's just rumors that Bam don't.
But we know that Ben Simmons is a top defensive player in this league. Whether he got that dog in him or not, he's a top defensive player.
He's a top defensive player. I just don't see him winning it.
I got Ben, bro. I got Ben. All right, and moving on to rookie of the year. Oh, we got a comment here that says Bam got to be more. Hey, we talked about that shit earlier. He has to. Him and Hero have to be the 1-2 scorers for this team. Jimmy Butler, I'm expecting to coast throughout this season because, like I said, I want Jimmy for the playoffs. But him and Hero got to be the players, bro. I want 25 a game from Bam, bro. I really do. On 18 shots. I need something like that. All right, moving on to rookie of the year. Who you got?
I got Jaden Ivey. I think him pairing up with Cade Cunningham, I think that's gonna be a scary duo, bro. It's gonna show quick. I think they're gonna have a quick running start. I see Jaden Ivey just pulling off a lot of spectacular plays. He's gonna have a lot of great one-on-one matchups. I think this. He didn't do too hot in the preseason games that I look back at, but I think assist-wise, he has great court vision, so his assist game is up there, and he had to stop turning the ball over. That is a flaw that I've seen him have recently, but I think if he fixed that, he could be a front runner for rookie of the year.
Hey, I fuck with this nigga Rome. This nigga, for all the awards, this nigga has picked nobody but Heat players. I fuck with him, my nigga. He said Jovic for rookie of the year. I got Paolo, man. I got Paolo winning this award. I think it'll be easy for him. I think he's clearly going to average like 18-10 this year, 20-10 this year, first year. Because with the Magic, who the fuck else is scoring? Like, it's a question mark on everybody else's head. And I think he's going to become a real box office attraction this year. I think people will want. He's somebody who everybody wants to see play. And I think that's
but
what
the Magic have said that in the last couple of
with
drafts.
who?
Bro.
With
They said that in
who?
the last couple of drafts. Hold on.
With
let me look.
who? With drafts? Who have they drafted at number one? Who niggas was like, oh, I need to see him play? We have never said that about the Magic, bro.
Hold on.
Paolo's the first
Magic
nigga I've ever been
draft.
interested in seeing in what's the name? In Orlando.
Don't worry about it.
We
Let me
wasn't
see.
saying that shit for Jalen Suggs. Like, we weren't saying that shit for Cole Anthony. But Paolo.
Damn near for the Magic.
Fuck no.
For
You
the
said
Magic?
that. You said
For
that.
the Magic,
I
yes.
remember you had went to a preseason game. You was like, bro, Cole Anthony, he gonna be that nigga for real. I was like, I don't really
Yes.
see it, bro. I don't see it. But I
For the
I need a
Magic, yes, them
league-wide
niggas are box office.
attraction. I think for box office attraction, I think Paolo is it, bro. Cole
For
Anthony,
the Magic,
hell no.
for the Magic, yes.
You
Them
was
niggas
telling me
are
about
box
another
office.
nigga when you went to that game. So you said, I forgot who else you said. bro.
Damn, who was I on?
You said
I
Cole Anthony and somebody else, bro.
I
don't
said
got-
Anthony Suggs, and it was one more nigga. I forgot.
You said somebody else.
I know what you're talking about though. I forgot.
Yeah,
though.
you said a few. You said a couple other niggas, but yeah, I think it's Paolo, man. I think this is going to be an interesting team around him. I mean, Franz Wagner was in the conversation for Rookie of the Year last year. I think that's a good piece to add to the Magic. But the guards are a big question to me. Who's going to really step out above the rest with Fultz, with Suggs? I think Suggs is already hurt. Cole Anthony and RJ Hampton. Like, who's going to separate themselves to be like the clear starter, the clear two guard for this team? But I think their front court is pretty solidified with Franz, Paolo, and Wendell Carter. And moving on to our all breakout teams, bro. Who are your 5 players that will have the biggest breakouts this season?
My 5 players for my breakout team. Like I said, I got Jalen Brunson, who is also my most improved player pick. So I got Jalen Brunson. I think he's going to do phenomenal with the Knicks. I think, like I said, he's going to score about 20 a game with this team. I got Tyler Hero. You got the bag. I've been a Tyler Hero fan since he got into the league. Quincy been wanting this nigga gone for the longest.
I still do.
But I've been telling them, nah, bro. Tyler Hero is going to be a cornerstone piece to this franchise. And now that he got the bag, I need him to take that next level. And I think he'll do that this season, him and Bam. So I got Tyler Hero number 2 out on my breakout team. James Wiseman. I think he's going to take a huge leap. He's going to be a great defender for the Warriors. And I think he's going to be a great 3rd or 4th scoring option for the Warriors. Zion Williamson at 4. Zion got a lot more lean.
Can he really break out, though? Can he really be a breakout player?
Because we haven't seen like a full season of Zion just wreaking havoc. Like, we just haven't seen it yet. And that would be
he was all-star. He was all-star like 2 years ago. Yes, he was.
Now
he averaged 27 and 9, didn't he? Or 24 and 9.
From the start of the season all the way into the end of the season.
He played like 65 games that year, and for Zion, that's a lot.
Shit, I don't know. I still got Zion on that bitch, so I need to see him. I need to see it consistently at this point. If he did it 2 years ago, we ain't see it last year, so I need to see it this year. But I got Zion on there and Scotty Barnes. I think Scotty didn't have a terrible year last year, but I think he's going to be even greater this year. And like Rome said, who's going to have the biggest trade of the season? I think the Raptors are going to pull off a huge trade to pair somebody with Scotty. But until that happens, Scotty is going to be very ball dominant, and I think he's going to have a great breakout year.
Man. It was honestly hard for me to pick 5, bro, because I got a lot of young niggas that I fuck with for real, bro. So my all breakout team, I got 2 Rockets on my team. I got Kevin Porter Jr. I had him as my most improved last year, but he's had some up and downs throughout last season. A lot of more downs than ups, honestly. But I think this year, him and Jalen Green are on the same page. So I got him and Jalen Green in my all breakout team. I got Anthony Edwards. I got Tyrese Maxey. Like I said, I think he's going to be the most improved player in this league. I think he's going to
Can he really have a breakout year, though, based off of what he just did last year? Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Like, we seen him break out already.
He's going to average 25. That's a breakout year. Nigga, don't question my breakout, nigga. You got Zion on the damn list who had averaged 27 before. Nigga trying to question me.
Go ahead.
But I agree with you on the James Wiseman point, bro. So that probably would be my... What was that? I think that's 5 right there. Somebody else that a lot of people continue to talk about he's somebody that I think he's already broken out, but Tyrese Halliburton, I think he's already broken out, especially when he's playing with the Pacers after that trade from Sacramento. He was putting up like 30 and 10, 30 and 15 type of games.
He got the second best odds to get most improved player.
But I just don't understand why though. When we already see him
either.
do his thing, like because I think he's gonna average like 20 and 10 though as the point guard of his team. I think he gonna go crazy this year. But he already showed how he can do it after the trade. But just to round up, just throw another name in the list. I think Halliburton. I'm a big fan of him, so I think he's gonna be up there another breakout.
He's top two in most improved player. Better.
Yeah, because I see it was him and damn, I forgot who else it was. It was him and I think Maxey was in that conversation too. Maxey probably was. Maxey, it was him and Maxey. It was him and Maxey.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got Kevin Porter Jr. I think he's gonna have a big year. Ant gonna have a big year. Maxey, Jalen Green. I think Jalen Green by the end of this season, bro.
Oh yeah, Green.
We can really be saying he's a top 5 scorer in the league. No bullshit. I think he will be averaging around 28 by the end of the year. 26 to 28. He plays for the
scorer. Hold on. Let me name 5 scorers right now.
You can probably name some niggas that's better right now. Who you think will be better than him? But he's gonna come. He looks way better, bro. I'm telling you, he looked good. He will by the end of this season. That's my bold prediction. By the end of the season, Jalen Green will be a top 5 scorer in the NBA.
If Bron had a season like he just had last year, I got 3 players that I can name right now who solidified. I would have Steph, KD, and Bron. That's 3 right there.
You got Giannis too.
Giannis, yeah, because Giannis. Damn. Nah, it's gonna be. I can name somebody.
You can put Luka. It's them names you can put on there. You got Luka.
Oh yeah, Luka.
But I'm telling you, who gonna be up there by the end of the season?
Oh yeah, Trae Young. Trae might be. Oh hell no, I ain't putting Jalen.
His name is gonna drop because he playing with DeJounte. I'm telling you what my nigga gonna be. He gonna surprise niggas, bro.
Hey, I like Jalen Green, but that's a bold.
He showed it toward the end of the year too, when he was putting up all them big numbers at the end of the year. I think he was 3rd or something like that in rookie of the year, 4th or something like that. When he had like a terrible beginning of the season, but then he started to put together 30-point games toward the end of the year. I think it's going to be a lot more 30-point games for Jalen Green, bro. It's going to be a big year for him and the Rockets team. They're going to be better offensively because I think him and KPJ are on the same page. You got Jabari Smith. You just drafted him. And you got, you got Sengun. You got Tate. Damn it. That's another nigga I'm thinking about for the Rockets. Well, I'm not thinking about right now. Fuck it. But I think those 2 will be the catalyst, though. KPJ and Jalen Green. And I think that's it. Whoa, your finals prediction, bro. Give me your finals prediction for this year.
Ooh, finals prediction. I'll go with the 76ers representing the East. Do I want to just take the easy pick?
That's what I be saying.
I'm about to say, damn, bro.
I want to go the easy route, bro. Like, I'll be so tough, man. That should be so tough.
Because we all know what the easy answer is.
Yeah, exactly.
Niggas might think I'm stepping out on a limb saying the 76ers.
They high-key trendy at this point. They trendy.
Damn. I want to give like a more genuine take, but I'm really finna just go with the Warriors, bro.
It's not a bad pick because the Warriors are still the best team, bro. They still have the most talent.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'll go Warriors 76ers. I just do the easy pick for the West right now.
Yeah. I'm going with the finals rematch. I'm going with the Celtics and the Warriors. And it was high-key tough for me when it came to that because it was really between the Celtics or the Bucks for me. Because how are they going to react to losing their coach when Ime Udoka played a huge part in getting them to the finals?
That's why I didn't have the Celtics making it.
But I think this, once again, it goes back to putting it all on Tatum's shoulders, him solidifying himself as a top 5 pick. I think that will still carry them to this point. And they still have the most talent to me in the Eastern Conference, bro. When you still got Robert Williams, Horford, and goddamn Marcus Smart, Tatum, Brown, you got Brogdon now, you got Derek White still. They still have the most talent in the Eastern Conference too. I think that's a big hit losing Ime, but I still got Celtics versus Warriors in my finals. I took the easy route for both of them. I took the easy route. I didn't like it, but I was like, fuck it. It's just how I feel at this moment. But that's the finals prediction. Any other prediction that you want to get off before we get off of here, bro?
Any other predictions?
Any other takes? Anything else? How you feel about the Lakers, man? What's going on with the Lakers this year?
I was
What we
finna say,
doing?
let me talk about Anthony Davis real quick. I just want Anthony Davis to play at least 65 games this year and average at least 25 points. I need him to have some type of catalyst. I need him to be some type of catalyst for this team because with Westbrook acting hard-headed already in the damn preseason with Pat Bev, them niggas damn near already having issues on the court. And Bron's is looking like the old nigga trying to keep everybody together. Anthony Davis, he's that missing link. It's like if he goes down, I think all hope is lost. Bron might get the scoring title, but that's it. That's the only hope at that point. And I need Anthony Davis to stop being Mr. Glass, bro. I think that's his only knock. When healthy, we know what AD can do, but it's always the health knock every single time. When healthy, one of the best defenders in the league and one of the best big men in the paint in the league. And I think that's what's going to be what separates the Lakers from the rest of those 9, 10, 11, 12 teams in the West to making the playoffs. So Anthony Davis, I need him to stay healthy for at least 90% of the season.
That's a tough ask.
It is.
Nigga like, hey,
it's a tough ask.
That's like asking Zion to play 90%. Nigga, Zion ain't playing 90% of the game.
But the shit he been talking, saying he's ready, saying he feels like he's a lot more in shape. He's a lot more
AD already hurt.
Body now. That's what I'm saying. Like the season ain't even started yet. You done got hurt in the preseason. If y'all want any hope, I need you to maintain some type of health. That's I ain't gonna predict nothing with it. But I'm saying I want him to play at least 90% of the season, bro. You got to. Bron can't be the scoring leader for all of the regular season, and y'all looking for this nigga to lead y'all in the playoffs. My dog about 40, bro. He's not doing that. He's not.
He shouldn't have to.
Real point guard.
Yeah, The Lakers are a shit show, bro. I think they'll be better than last year. I think they got some young boys. They're not old like they were last year. They got some young boys who I think can play better. Lonnie Walker, I think, gonna have a good year. Austin Reeves, I think, is gonna have a good year. I think if they put Westbrook on the bench, this can be a better season. Just like by addition, by subtraction, just taking him out of the starting lineup, they can get off the better starts. I think they should end up having a lineup of like Patrick Beverly, Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, Bron, and AD at the 5. That's probably their best 5. If they run out with that best 5, I think the Lakers can make the playoffs. I'm not predicting to do anything else, but I think they got some young boys who can make them a playoff team. But I don't see anything else for the Lakers, bro. I truly don't. Like, I think the highlight of their season will be Bron winning the scoring title. It's less like, okay, like that was it. Like, we not doing anything after that. It's like Bron won the scoring title. We're gonna lose in the first round of the playoffs. Like, okay, I guess whatever. I'll take it.
How you felt about well, I ain't feel no type of way about it, so I doubt you did either. But when they asked him about him thinking about the scoring title and if him and Kareem got a relationship, and he was like, I don't feel no type of way about it. I ain't got no relationship with him. Next question.
It felt funny because
it
felt funny because Kareem had talked about him like a couple of weeks before that. He was talking shit about Bron, how Bron ain't a true Laker. Bron got to do this better. Bron got to do that better. So that's why he ended up saying that he has like no relationship with Kareem, and he honestly doesn't have no relationship. But it's just the fact that Kareem was throwing shots like not too long ago about Bron, about how the state of the Lakers is at this point. How if Kobe was there, if Magic was there, this team wouldn't be the same and all that other bullshit. So he was just trying to throw dirt on Kareem's name, but that shit was just crazy as hell. How legends don't respect other legends.
Plus he was talking shit about Kyrie too. I mean, granted, a lot of people talk shit about Kyrie.
So he was talking shit about some niggas. So he rubbed niggas the wrong way for sure.
Kareem, that OG player that be hating on young niggas, I really think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But Bron gonna overtake that nigga for sure. I don't even think it's a question this year. Like, I think he has to average is like 16 points a game throughout the year. So
he definitely might do it by what, March? By March,
halfway through the year. Yeah, halfway through the year, he finna get that motherfucker. So yeah, that's gonna be the highlight. Like I said, if AD, because I remember Kevin Garnett was talking about that AD situation. Like AD got to come out and be like the true number one for this. Yes. That's what everybody expected for the Lakers. But damn, we just don't know if the nigga gonna play. If he plays, I think it can happen. But we never see that nigga play enough, bro. We don't. So I don't know, bro. I can't call it with AD, bro.
Ain't got enough milk in his damn bones. Always hurting something. Patella's always hurting. Shins always hurting. Like, God dang.
I think AD is one of them niggas that, because we know about AD's growth spurt. He went from like 6'1" one summer to 6'10". Like, he one of them niggas that grew too fast, bro. And I think his bones
probably really not that strong.
That's what I'm saying. His bones still not used to his body, bro, because he still got like 6'1" ass bones that still are trying to get accustomed to like the 6'9", 7 foot frame, bro. That shit crazy. But I think that's really his biggest issue, bro. But yeah, that's it. That's really it for NBA season preview. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. This is the 3rd annual NBA season preview. So y'all know we do this every year now. Check out the last podcast. We talked about the Poole and Draymond situation. And then dive into all of the other podcasts, because NFL season is in full form. College football is in full form, middle of the season. Basketball, NBA is coming back. And college basketball is going to be here in a month. So y'all know we're going to keep y'all updated with that as well. So definitely keep up with us. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the podcast platforms. And definitely follow us on all of our podcast platforms. Edgar, you can hit them with the social media.
Yeah, feel free to follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. Feel free to follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube as well, same way as the Facebook name. And we're on all listening platforms, like Quincy just said. And you feel free to shout us out. Let us know what y'all want us to talk about. What debates? Like Rome asked a lot of great questions on the live. Wes gave a lot of good takes, even though he was hating a little bit.
Shout out to A, like I said.
Yeah, let us know what y'all want us to talk about throughout the season. It's going to be a lot of hot topics going out of all these sports coming together. So
once again, appreciate all y'all for tuning in, man. And we out. Peace.
Be sure to follow and subscribe to the Q&E Podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. And feel free to listen to us anytime on all podcast platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Submit all questions and inquiries to QandEpodcast@gmail.com.